All right, first graders. So there are still some PBS lessons that I want you all to be watching, but you can choose if you do the getting ready for second grade lesson, which I'm getting ready to go over with you, or if you want to watch the PBS lesson. So for today, I actually have in your assignments to do lessons 1 and 2 or watch the PBS lesson number 6. So I'm gonna have this posted on our YouTube video as the getting ready for second grade lessons 1 and 2, so you can come back and revisit this anytime you want, even if it's over the summer. But if you also want to watch the PBS lesson, the link will be posted, and then that has a new packet all of its own. So I have that under my document manager for lessons 6 through 10. If you all want to print that out and answer those questions. There's usually about 3 questions per day for you to do. So lesson 1, this is getting ready for second grade. So we've done all of the chapters for first grade, and now we are preparing for second grade, and we want to make sure that we completely understand numbers and their values and how to add and subtract them. And so at the beginning of second grade, these are some of the things that you're going to be reviewing to make sure that you really understand. So these are getting ready for second grade lessons. This is going to be lesson number 1, and I'm going to talk about lesson number 2 today as well. So lesson number 1 is called Ways to Expand Numbers. And this is a skill you are going to do for a very long time. Expanded form is what you're going to call it in the upper grades. So we are learning how to expand numbers into expanded form. So our essential question says, how can you write a 2-digit number in different ways? Okay, so there are different ways to think about a number, and there are different ways to write a number. So if we think back to what these models are showing, these are our 10s, these are our 1s, right? So if these are sets of 10, then we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Or even if we counted them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you all should be able to tell me, okay, well, if that's 8 groups of 10, I know that's 80, right? So these are showing me 80 or 8 tens. So 8 tens or the number 80. Those both mean the same thing, 8 tens or 80. Then my 1s, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 1s. So 7 1s is the same thing as the number 7. Okay, so when we have 8 10s and 7 1s, that's the same thing as the number 80 plus 7. And that's all the same thing as 87. So this picture is showing us 87. That's 8 10s, 7 1s. You could write it as 80 plus 7, and that number is 87. So the expanded form is right here. So as you get into upper grades and they ask you for expanded form, that's a big word. Expanded form is asking you to write 87 like this, 80 plus 7. You're expanding each place value out to show its exact worth. Every place value you have to show its worth. So for the share and show, you're doing the same thing. So you're going to tell me how many 10s and how many 1s. then we're going to put it in expanded form, then we're going to write the number. So we have 1, 2, 3, right? 3 sets of 10s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. So 3 sets of 10 means 10, 20, 30. So 30 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 5 ones is just 5. So 30 plus 5 is, right, 35. Okay. Number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 10, which is the same as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 5 sets of 10 is the same as 50. Then we have 1, 2, 3 ones, which is the same as 3. And 50 plus 3 more is, right, 53. Good. So there's a little question down here at the bottom. That's a great question. Does the 7 in this number, 72, does the 7 in that number, does that represent a 7 or 70? Yes, it is 70 because it's in the tens place, right? We have the ones right here, and then we have the tens. So the 7 is in the tens place. So we know that represents 7D, not 7. All right, so parents, I know that I typically did 2 pages with you in our other math lessons, but these lessons are a little shorter. I do not believe there are math on the spot videos with them, but the second page, so all of these getting ready for second grade packets, I'll go over the first page with you. That's kind of teaching the lesson. And then the second page is on your own and problem solving. So you're doing the same thing that I just taught you how to do on all of those. But then the second page, the third page, I guess the third and fourth page, is reteaching, kind of. So it's just reteaching that lesson. So if your child struggled with the second page on their own, then this gives you an opportunity to reteach it to them, let them try it again. Then they're going to try to problem solve. And then on the back, you have a third opportunity for reteaching. So again, it's going to explain out the steps, explain out the different ways that we count our tens, our ones, and then how we put that in expanded form to get us our number. So it's reteaching that and then giving them yet another opportunity to try to figure that out. So this is something that once I do the first page, they should either be able to finish the rest of the packet. As you can see, that leaves them to do 3, 6, 8 problems. So if they are not able to do those 8 problems on their own, though, then there's an opportunity for you to do 2 of those kind of in steps in between, or 3 of those rather, to work with your child again. So I'm only going to teach the first page of each of these lessons, and then you all can work on your own through the rest. Because they're not super difficult. They are just kind of building on what they've already learned in first grade. And so if you need me to reteach any of it, or you're really struggling with a certain lesson, please reach out to me individually. And I don't care at all to Google Meet with you or talk to you on Class Dojo or anything like that. But for the most part, once we go through that first page, they should be able to finish the rest of the questions. And it shouldn't take very long. So we are also going to look at lesson 2. So if you all would rather pause now and finish lesson 1, then you are more than welcome to do that and then pick back up at lesson 2. But I'm going to go ahead and teach lesson 2 as well, and then you all can work through the rest of this packet. So this is identifying place value, which is, we just talked about it. We were just talking about our tens and our ones. But first graders, we thought that it was really big. It was a big deal when we went on and talked about hundreds and thousands, right? We already talked about all of those place values in first grade there for a little while. So you have heard of the hundreds place and even the thousands place. But this lesson is wanting you to really dig deeper into that understanding of your ones, tens, and hundreds. So remember, the ones are always the furthest on the right. They're always going to be the smallest value, and they are always all the way on the right. And then as the numbers and the place values get bigger, then it moves to the left. So the tens are bigger or more, and then the hundreds. So we draw our ones by drawing circles or just drawing little cubes. We draw our tens by drawing sticks, and then we draw our hundreds by drawing a square. So that's what we modeled in class. So that would be how I drew it in class. I would draw a square for the hundreds, sticks for the tens, and then circles for the ones. Okay, so how can you use place value to help you understand the value of a number? So we're looking at the number 125. So the 1 in 125 means 100. So we have one set of 100, right? One of those, one set of 100. The 2 in 125 means 2 tens, right? So we have 1 in the hundreds place, 2 in the tens place. So there's our 2 sets of 10. And then the 5 means 5 ones. So we have 1 in the hundreds place, 2 in the tens place, 5 in the ones place. So again, we draw our 100 square, our 2 sets of 10, and our 5 circles. That's exactly what they're having you do right here for the number 125. You are drawing 100, 10, 20. So 120, 121, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 125. Okay. So it says use your math board. We don't have that. We're not at school. But if you have place value blocks at your house, you are more than welcome to use them. If you don't, draw your quick pictures. Okay, just draw out the quick picture to show that modeled number. So draw to complete the quick picture and write how many hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay, so we're taking this number that they gave us, 106, and we want to fill that out in our place values. So we have 1 in the hundreds place, 0 in the tens place, and 6 in the ones place. So I need to draw 100, which is my square. I need to draw 0 tens. So I am not going to draw any sticks. And then I need to draw 6 ones. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. So that model is showing me 106. And that's what this number is, 106. Okay. So what you are going to do is you are going to do that very same thing. So you're going to take this number over here that they have on the left, 170, 143, 121. You are going to write out that number in its different place values. So 170, I would write 100 70. So I have 1 in the hundreds, 7 in the tens, 0 in the ones. So now I'm going to draw that quick picture. 100, 7 tens, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 0 ones. So this picture is showing me 100 and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 170. So you're going to do that with the rest of these numbers. Draw the quick picture, put it in place value form. Problem solving, circle your answer. So it's telling you how many hundreds, tens, and ones. So write out that number if you need to as it's telling you, or look and see if you can find those place values. So here is another opportunity to reteach, putting it in those place values. 163, so 1 in the hundreds, 6 in the tens, 3 in the ones. 100, 6 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're going to do that for these numbers. Do your problem solving. And then on the back, again, you've got another reteaching moment, parents. You can go back over that, and then you have another opportunity to show that number. All right. I think you all are going to do a great job with this. I will put the answer key on Class Dojo, but first graders, I am so proud of you for making it to the second grade lessons. Keep up the hard work. You are going to be so smart and so ready for second grade. Those teachers won't know what to do with you. So keep it up. If you have any questions, let me know.